And, it's just been sitting here and it looks like it, needs to go and be something. Just Landon said it best when he was up here a minute ago. He's like, when you come out here and visit the track over the last 2 decades, it was like he was speaking to you. Like, hey man, I got something left. And a little there's I can be something, right? I can be of value to the motorsports industry, and I think we're seeing that come true today. That this track has a purpose. It can be a big asset to this community and all the surrounding counties as a multi-use piece of property. Not just racing, right? You can have all types of festivals, holiday events. It can really serve the community, and they would probably really enjoy having something like that happen here.
You said earlier this week that you were a little nervous
Oh, yeah.
about racing.
Yeah,
Here,
yeah. You don't get in a race car and not get nervous. You're never gonna climb into a car and not be nervous at some level. It's just human nature to have worry about how the car may run, how well you'll do, the decisions you'll make, whether you'll make a good decision or a bad decision on the track. So I haven't raced in a late model stock car competitively door to door with anybody in 30 years. So you don't know what to expect, but I watched them and I've really admired what they do, and I love the car store. Being a part of it, we've had cars in the car store series for a long time, so we love being a part of the series and excited to compete in a race finally.
You've been really involved in bringing this track back. You're also super outspoken about Nashville. Why is it so important to you to, I guess, preserve all this history?
I just know that there's a lot of fun to be had at places like this. I remember coming here as a kid and just loved it, and I know that can be the same for a kid today. And I know that this week, the races here are going to create memories for a lot of people that experience it. So, that's part of it. And I feel the same way about the fairgrounds. It's just been around a long time, and it deserves to be part of our industry, and it deserves to be on our schedules, and we should be really, we owe a lot to North Wilkesboro, and we owe a lot to all these little tracks that were part of the series, or part of NASCAR when it was just getting going. And this place can certainly serve the motorsports industry and the NASCAR industry in many ways. So it's still got some life left in there.
Yeah, we were out here like a year and a half ago with your feedbacker, and it was cold wet. At that time, it was just to stay on the track for iRacing. Did you have any idea that this was coming? Did you hope that would happen once you guys did that? I guess what was going on there?
I always hoped that the track could open itself back up to something. I was really ambitious on what that could be. I would talk to Marcus and be like, I don't know why you can't have a truck race here. I don't know why you can't have an Xfinity race here. Well, tell me why you can't have a cup race here. Give me the reasons, right? And so I was always pushing Marcus and with fun banter about what he needs to do with the property. But it was that day when we came out here and weeded it and cleaned the place up and skinned it for our racing. It was that day when it sort of the light bulb went off in Marcus's head. And then he started hearing some of the interest from not only the community, mainly the surrounding counties, and the NASCAR industry started showing him some of their interest in it too. And he came to me and he said, "Hey, there might be something there." And I'm like, "Finally, finally you see what I see." And he would keep telling me every time I saw him over the last couple of years, "I ain't forgot about North Wilkesboro. There's something there. We're going to figure out what that is. But I ain't forgot about it. It's still got to change." And he wouldn't tell me those things unless he was dead serious. I knew he wouldn't set me up to be disappointed like that. But sure enough, I didn't even know they were going to do that press conference in Bristol. And so I got all that news the same day, the same one that you did, about the idea of running all this month and then having dirt in October. And so it was awesome. I was just as surprised and shocked as everybody else that day. But, now we're kind of at the point where we're going to have a great time this week. We're looking forward to the dirt races in October. But I think with the interest that we're going to see tomorrow night, when Marcus comes here and sees everything going on tomorrow night, that's going to get his brain and his wheels turning even more. about what this place can be in 2023 and beyond.
You mentioned the Xfinity race in 2023 running at Bristol, Block Bristol, and besides the 2004 weekend, can you discuss what's your favorite memories there?
Bristol. I just love the high banks of Bristol, man. When I was a little boy, I used to go there and watch Dad race. And out of all the races, when I was a kid, Bristol was the one I didn't want to miss. The night race, just electric. And I begged Daddy to make sure, that I was at that race. And so I just always kind of love racing. I love short tracks. I raced at Martinsville last year. Just going to keep bouncing around between Martinsville, Richmond, and Bristol until they add another short track. And I'll go race there. But hopefully that works out. We haven't really sit down and really talk about it. It might be Bristol, it might not. We haven't even told Helmut, so it's not really decided yet. But it'd be interesting. It's on top of my list, I guess.
Dale, appealing to the historian that you are of the sport, and the minute you did the cleanup here, the scanning, seeing all this come together, Mike really said on the podcast yours that you are the straw that's the drink the racing. On a personal level, Dale, the historian, what's it mean for you to see all this come together and the results you're overwhelmed walking into it?
It's emotional to see everybody here. I just want everybody to have a great time, and I want all the racers to have a great experience. When you race, you get narrow-minded and focused on the objective, and that's running well and winning. So I know that there'll be some guys at the end of this thing that'll be disappointed, either because of the way they ran or some contact on the track or whatever. But I just hope everybody when they leave, I hope everybody says, man, I'm glad I was there for that. That's all I hope that happens. And I want to run every lap. I don't care really how great we run or how bad we run. I'm going to try not to worry about being competitive and let that really drive my measure of enjoyment. I'm just going to hope to complete all the laps. And then at the end of the day, I want to do more. Right? I want to go race more late model stock races somewhere.
And then, when did you first experience a full-wear sun drop in your life? What does it mean to you to have on that?
I think the first time I saw a sun drop was probably in the shop behind Grandma's house. Going over there as a kid when we started. Dad used to race in Xfinity or with him out of the shop behind Grandma's, and there was a sun drop in the fridge, a sun drop everywhere. Now had it in the house, so it's I guess early '80s, and I drank a lot of sun drop as a kid. And we had a great partnership with other beverages in my cup career, and we were loyal, and we did some great things together. But obviously the Sun Drop fan, Sun Drop's kind of our home team, right? It's North Carolina. It's we want everybody to know about it, but it started here. And at least that's the way I kind of look at it. So there's a lot of pride behind those local brands. And obviously we had a little help from Sun Drop in my racing career. We ran out of money in the middle of '93. I was driving for Gary Hargett, and the well was dry. Gary told me that we weren't going to get to go race anymore. And Sun Drop came in and sponsored us for the final 10 weeks of the year and got us through the end of the season, and that's where this great car came out here and competed in North Wilkesboro. But so that's the connection that I have in motorsport with Sun Drop, and that's why we got that car out here today, because of that old Sun Drop car racing together. So it means a lot to me to be able to have that on the hoods, and I hope that it's not the national. We hope that the regional brand and the regional partners with Sun Drop really are happy with the impact that we're going to hope to have with their brand. And I think we're doing a good job so far. Hopefully we go out there tomorrow and hopefully they see a lot of green shirts in the grandstands too.
Hey Dale, what do you want people to know in interviewing the cars for drivers and being invested in this series the way that you guys have been? What do you want the audience to know about this series?
Well, You know, the late model stocks are to the mid-Atlantic region, what the modifieds are to the Northeast. I know we have some modified racing down south, but you know, the late model stocks never were a national series or national car. And they've enjoyed a very successful run over several decades in the state of Virginia and living in Tennessee and North Carolina and South Carolina. And if that's all there is, that's good. But the style of car, steering box, brakes, everything that makes the car work is a throwback in my mind. And it produces a certain type of racing that we don't really see with the pros or the supers. Um, every type of motorsports is to be celebrated, but I just think that we have a really unique race car, and we got some really, you know, still relatively affordable for the blue collar racing. It's a little more difficult than it was when I was racing in the '90s, but it's still something that, you know, I feel like that people can connect to and be a part of on a grassroots level, on a blue collar level, and I just want this type of car to survive. You know, I mean, not that it's any kind of trouble, but you know, I just want that's what we have always been sending to the racetracks, letting all stock cars. And I want to continue to do that for as long as I can, and maybe drive them a few times here and there. And so, you know, as the racetracks struggle to survive, where this car can race, you know, it becomes harder and harder to find those places where this car can compete. And so, you know, it's a lot of moving parts between the cars, the drivers, the owners, the racetracks, the promoters to keep this type of car, this series surviving. And everybody's doing everything they can to. But it's where I came from. It's what I hope to guys for a long time, and we're going to try to do everything we can to raise awareness for the style of racing that people are going to see today or tomorrow night.
What do you need to experience tomorrow that you want to come back and do some more?
Well, I just don't know. I don't know. I don't really know how to answer that question. I just think I'm probably going to get out and go, why did I do this sooner? What have I been waiting for? That's probably what's going to happen. And I think even if we have bad luck, that might make me even want to come back forward, right? Go to some of these racetracks and try to compete. But, you know, it's something I'd definitely be interested in first half of next year before I go to work in the booth to show up at a couple racetracks all week and show that whole experience, rolling down the road in the dually with the guys and going into the track and practicing and racing and going to the Waffle House afterwards or whatever it is, right? You just want to relive those experiences. I don't know if they'll ever be as great as they were in the '90s, but you can sure try to bring it back.
My question sorry about that, folks. My question kind of follows up on that. Obviously, we don't know what the schedule here next year will be yet. Not even ready your first race here yet. But how important is it to you to be able to come back here and race regular, not only next year, but in the years to come?
Well, we'll see. You know, we'll see what happens at the racetrack. Can't really put your mind in gear to do anything like that until the track's future is determined. I think everybody's going to come here and support the dirt tracks. Dirt track racing here in October. I'm going to try to be here. I've got a couple of dates marked on my calendar to try to get over here and see some of that. And if that's real successful, well, it could stay a dirt track for a year or two. You don't know. They don't have to repave it right away. If it has successful dirt races, why not keep doing that a little bit? You kind of got to open the book here. Just one slate, do kind of whatever you want. And there's certainly a lot of interest around this race. And I think there could be some interest around having more than 3 series come here someday, but that won't be next year. This place takes a lot of work to be able to house have the truck or the Chevy come here and compete. That's gonna take more time.